Hi guys, how's it going? This is episode 3 of the React to the Chart music video. All the other ones have been going quite well and we've got some good reactions out of it, so I'm going to keep doing it for now. We'll jump straight into it for this week. Okay, so the first song this week, I think we've got 5 new songs this week. The first song this week is a song called Young'un by Bestie featuring, I can't pronounce the name so I'll just say that, Jing Bane I think it is. So I'll jump straight into it. It's already that contemporary sort of dance thing. I don't know what any of these things are that he's talking about. I haven't worked with. Don't get it, not a fan. But that's just funny, like, what? I don't get that at all. Like, if you take away the lyrics, then it's just your typical pop song again. You know, there's a recurring theme with these videos, and that is that all these songs have got exactly the same thing in common, and it's that contemporary dance rhythm, it's sort of shuffly beat. You know, they're all the same if you boil it down. It's just another rapper rapping about how he's the best for everybody, you know, whatever. And like the auto-tune on the thing, I think that's the whole point. It's meant to sound like it's got that really sort of high attack on an auto-tune, but it's too high if anything. It just sounds fake. Maybe that's the point, maybe I'm missing the point. Like the backing vocals are trying to add too much in the way it's just ended up cluttering the song. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea at all, but you know, that's your type of thing, and yeah, I suppose I won't shit on it too much because, you know, there's obviously a lot of people around that really enjoy that sort of thing because it's I think it's number 36 in the charts at the moment. Can't see it doing much better than that, but you know, I'd be surprised if it was still in the charts in 2 or 3 weeks' time. But you know, it's not my cup of tea, but I won't shit on it too much, so we'll move on to the next song. Okay, the second song I got this week is a song called Dua Lipa by New Rules, or the other way around, I'm not really sure. But we'll jump straight into it and we'll listen to it. Instantly, straight away, that shuffle thing and that contemporary dance rhythm again. Like the melody's quite cool, it's quite, not different, but it's different enough with everything else that's going on around it. Like the rhythm, the percussive rhythm is quite different from what you'd expect from the chart. It's still that shuffle, but it's got that added bits to it. So it's cool, I guess is the right word. The voice reminds me a little bit of Amy Winehouse, not in the sense that they sound the same, but in the sense that her melodies are quite similar. You've got like the faster bits on this bit's like one don't pick up the phone, you know he's only calling because he's drunk and alone, like where they sort of speed it up, that's really cool. Like it's less contemporary than the rest of these, like it's still, you know, it's still that typical pop song, but in a lesser sense than, you know, the last song or some of the ones like the Ollie Murs one from a few weeks ago. It's much less contemporary. Like the formula of the song, the structure of the song was like identical to the rest of these pop songs, you know, they're all the same. I think that was one of the things about the last one I missed out, is that the structure was different at least. The percussion's really cool. There's a drum a lot, I quite enjoy like the different rhythmic elements of it. But I quite like the percussion in it. You know, yeah, again, it's not my cup of tea, but compared to where the last one was my cup of tea and then this one not being my cup of tea, it's much more up my street. You know, I'll probably end up listening to that one again. Probably not, you know, it won't be like my favourite song or anything, but you know, I probably will end up listening to that song, you know, once or twice more. So yeah, you know, not a bad song, so we'll move on to the third one. Okay, up next we've got a song called Fetish by Selena Gomez, featuring Gucci Mane. I've never heard, like, I remember Selena Gomez from Disney Channel and whatever, but I've never really listened to any of her songs, especially not recent ones, you know, none that stick out in my memory anyway. So we'll jump into it and we'll have a listen. Reminds me of Katy Perry. Katy Perry's new stuff's quite similar to this. I mean, at least it's going slower than, you know, usually at that point you'd have like sort of a 3-beat instead of, but this one got half-timed it, so, you know, it's cooler than anything else. It's not really anything special, it's just kind of, okay, yeah. Just feels like I've heard it before, you know, and not necessarily in a good way, it just feels like I've heard it a million times. To me it kind of seems like she's just used the word, like, the fetish word, just so she can get it in there, so as people listen to it and think, oh wow, what's that? Whereas actually, like, she could have really used any word there, it's just, you know, whatever, no one's going to write a song and just put a fetish for all that. Again, it's that same structure, it's that same everything, it's just not different, it's not original in the slightest, it's just, you know, it just sounds like everything else in the charts at the moment. Not a fan of this. It's just, you know, not a bad song, but it's just, there's that many better songs in the charts at the moment, and they all sound the same as this. If it's trying to be the same as everything else, it's not doing it in the best way, because it just doesn't sound as good as the other things that sound the same as it, if that kind of makes sense. I don't know whether it does. But so, not a fan of that one. I won't be listening to that one again, but again, if it's your bag, then, you know, good for you, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, but not for me. So anyway, we'll move on to, I think it's the second to last song for this week. Okay, so the second to last song for this week is Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato. Big fan of Demi Lovato's, quite liked all her earlier stuff, loved all the stuff that she did with camp rock and all that sort of stuff as well. All the music side of it is really good. So yeah, reasonably high expectations going into this one. I wasn't a fan of the last sort of, I think it was Heart Attack and Neon Lights, last things I've heard her do. I wasn't a massive fan of them ones. But we'll go into it with an open mind, let's have a listen. Okay, so having said that, you then press play and it sounds like everything else in the charts. See, it's kind of like Demi Lovato's heard everything else going on in the charts and has just gone, oh, I'll try that and see if I can get some success out of it. When really, she didn't have, like, there wasn't really a problem with what she was doing anyway, she was getting the success out of that. So, I mean, there's nothing really to it. It's kind of like, it doesn't really build anywhere, it doesn't really go anywhere. The structure's the same, it kind of just, at the first chorus, you kind of heard everything it has to offer. Like, but the second time round on that bit is better because she kind of moved the note, the melody up, she's on it again there. So it's going through, it's almost in like a 4-part harmony. That's cool. But again, then it's back to the chorus, which you've already heard, I think it's 3-4 times now. So, you know, it's got bits of good, you know, it's got bits of cool bits, but then it's got other bits that are just like, okay, I've kind of heard this before. I mean, yeah, like, it's alright, it's kind of another middle of the road song, you know, like, yeah, cool, you know, it's better than the Selena Gomez one, but again, it's not as good as Demi Lovato's old stuff, so, you know, hey, whatever, but if it's your cup of tea, it's your cup of tea. I think the last one is The Script, it's the song called Rain by The Script, so we'll jump into that one now. Okay, so the last song this week is a song called Rain by The Script. Again, massive fan of The Script's old stuff, you know, love it, but I've heard rumblings that this is a bit different. It's kind of, I've heard rumblings it's gone in the same sort of direction as a lot of people are going, so I'm already expecting it to sound like chart music. So yeah, we'll go into it with an open mind, but not the biggest expectations at all. If it could be wrong though. The chords are more inventive, so I'm already a fan of that. You know, it's different tonality, so that's cool. It's very The Script. And then they jump into that, it's got the shuffle, it's got the synth, it's got everything that you'd expect from a pop song of this day. It's kind of like Imagine Dragons' new stuff, but kind of a little bit more influenced by the Chainsmokers. So like, if you were to merge the two, I get that kind of be what this is. I'm really liking this bit just with the piano, that's cool. At least it's different as well, you know, you don't hear that in every song that sounds like this one. I mean, I guess it's catchy as well, you know, in a better way than some of the other songs are. So, you know, it's not a bad song, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to do when I heard that whole shuffle and the synth come in. His voice is a lot better when he's not doing falsetto though, it does sound, when he's proper bellowing it out, it does sound a lot better than in the falsetto. I mean, yeah, like, it's still The Script, it's, you know, they haven't stripped it back in a sense that they don't sound like what they used to. You know, the melody's still the same and his voice is still, you know, the same. Not as good, I'd say, his voice, you know, the last album his voice probably hit its peak in my opinion. But, you know, like I say, it kind of sounds, it reminds me of Imagine Dragons and the Chainsmokers. So like, it's two very different things, but I guess these days it's not so much, because Imagine Dragons' new stuff's quite similar to this as well. So, you know, yeah, probably the best song out of the 5 that I've heard today, but, you know, what can you do, you know, some weeks you get that. So anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, then drop me a like, leave me a comment with some feedback and subscribe to the channel for more. There'll be another video up like this next week, and then hopefully we'll do one again the week after. Hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, see you again.